with the Diesel and the Jet. This is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Portland Trail Blazers as they go up against the Utah Jazz. Well, for the Jazz, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. One of the big stories from last year was the rise of the Stifle Tower.
Oh, wow.
You get it? You get it? Rudy Gobert, his defense, Kenny, is already at an elite level.
Yes, defense at an elite level. You know, the team isn't. And needs to happen. As the team needs to meet his starting to be his stardom. You know, he was second in the league, I think, in blocks last year. Great block, changed a lot of other shots, makes you nervous. You have to find him if you're driving the lane.
You know, you really don't hear his name a lot, but he's a complete game changer. You know, he had a great impact on the Jazz last year when he stepped in the starting position. But I agree with Kenny. You want to be a superstar, it's time to start winning right now.
That's Gobert.
Gobert. Oh, get it?
Didn't sound. That sounded more like a mountain lion.
Yeah, like a cat.
There you go. That's almost exactly like a bear.
That's a bear.
Yeah.
From the East Bank Esplanade, a great view of the Hawthorne Bridge in downtown Portland, Oregon. The Jazz are away from home as they take on their Western Conference rival in today's game. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
And Portland starts out with the ball. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the Jazz. The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Lillard attacking. The dish to Davis. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Favors.
Tell you what, man, it looks as though the light has officially gone on for Ed Davis. I mean, he drifted around a bit over his first 5 seasons, but he made real strides last year.
Lillard misses. And here's Utah. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I had a chance to catch up with Terry Stotts. He said that one of the challenges they're very conscious of in this matchup is scoring despite the shot blocking. He said, you know jumpers like to jump, so we've got to show them some pump fakes, get them up in the air, and that should allow us to get to the line or create easier looks inside. Kevin, we'll see how it works.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, they're thinking mainly about how to tackle the defense they're facing.
And that's got to be the focus. It takes a lot of game planning to come up with ways to put points on the board consistently against these guys.
And we know this coach is very comfortable game planning. He'll have a lot of ideas of how to attack this defense today.
So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. And then Favors with the dunk.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Lillard with it. Outside, Davis. Now Lillard. Plenty of space. And the shot falls short this time.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Favors. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Lillard outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now, here's Exum, and stolen by Lillard. The finish. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Here is Hayward. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here's Lillard. Plumlee with the screen. Lillard, the pass to Plumlee. Just 4 to shoot. And that one's good by Henderson.
Boy, I tell you, I thought the Jazz had a big year last season. Looked much tougher than before. A big part of that is how Coach Quinn Snyder helped the team grow. I mean, he looked like a perfect fit in his first year with the franchise.
And here's Hayward after Gerald Henderson hitting the 3. Plenty of space. Burks' shot is good.
Assist goes to Gordon Hayward.
Here is Lillard. The feed to Henderson. Lillard outside. There's the pick. Plumlee with the screen. Lillard dishes to Henderson. Shoots the 3. The Trailblazers rebound. And Plumlee kicks to Davis. And the rejection by Favors. Now, here's Burks. Defense is right there. Gobert with a screen for Exum. Hayward on the wing. Shoots the 3. They get it again. Plumlee with some nice D.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Henderson. 5 points in the game. Lillard, the pass to Plumlee. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here for the Trailblazers. Chris Kamen's checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Davis. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Gerald Henderson. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Lyles checked in for Gobert. Trevor Booker comes in for Derek Favors. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Burks. And it's Burke in for Dante Exum. Here's Kaman. And he's way off from outside. Jazz trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Now here's McCollum. 44 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
2 for 1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
To the right side. Fires the 3. Burke can't get it to go. Trailblazers leading by 3. Lillard outside. To the left side wing. Leonard sets a screen for McCollum. And he overshot that one, missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second. That's all it took.
And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 6. From Portland, we're back in a moment. The second quarter getting ready to start up. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
Jazz trail by 6. Taking a look at the Jazz. Burke is out there with Hood. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Ingles in at the small forward. And he gets it to go. Ingles has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Jazz. Utah was so tough near the end of last season, Greg. They weren't going to make the playoffs, but they did give other teams some trouble.
That's a great point. And how about going 19-10 after the All-Star break? Another team that would have been in the playoffs if they were in the East.
Utah shooting for the game at 42%. Pass to Hood. All alone. Rebounded by McCollum. Portland leading by 4. He dishes it to Aminu. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And, you know, for the Jazz, you mentioned their post-All-Star break surge. I mean, that 19-10 record they had after the break was good enough for 6th best in the league.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And really, the Jazz were a team nobody wanted to play after the break. They were over 500 against the rest of the West and had some big wins over playoff teams in the process.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Henderson's checked in. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Alec Burks comes in for Joe Ingles. 2 free throws for Aminu. You know, guys, Al-Farouq Aminu, so highly regarded coming out of college, still really finding his way around the NBA. But this last season with Dallas, he may have found his niche in this league.
That's a great point, Kevin. A guy who can give you a lot of things, rebounding, defense, hustle points. But he's already played on a number of teams in his young career because he's still trying to, as you put it, find that niche. Maybe he's finally developed who he is.
Here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. Aminu dishes to Vonleh. It's Henderson on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Off the screen. They get it back. And the dunk by Vonleh.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now. Yeah, and on the topic of Aminu, he's a bit of a tweener. Doesn't have quite the quickness and ball handling skills the top small forwards have. Doesn't have the bulk or grit to match up against the better power forwards. He's a hard fit for what you want to have done at that position.
And guys, getting back to Aminu, he still has the tools to be a really good player, but like so many young guys, he has to focus. He has to bring the intensity 100% every game, and I could see him being one of those late bloomers, if you will.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Portland, and Utah also making a switch. Exum's checked in. He doesn't get the second one.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole a game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that, but they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year.
And what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on that.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. If he could become a little less mechanical with his postgame, I think he could even go higher.
Now here's McCollum. Defense right on him. And it's Davis missing.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Favors with the screen. Hood kicks to Favors. And Utah again with the bucket.
Assist from.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
Henderson, no good. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Hood, and it's all evened up.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Henderson, no one around him. Can't capitalize on the good pick. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Gobert, the screen. Exum passes to Burks. Gobert with a screen for Burks. For 3. And Davis pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. McCollum kicks to Henderson. Rebounded by the Jazz.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Favors dishes to Hood. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Favors can't get it to go. The Trailblazers shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Aminu, the pass to McCollum. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
All right, I want everyone to give it up for your Blazer dancers.
Chris Kaman is checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Utah also making some changes. Lyles checked in for Favors. Hayward comes in for Hood, and it's Joe Ingles in for Alec Burks. There's a screen. Hayward outside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft, but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw drops by Hayward.
And on the topic of Hayward hiring an agent, it was reported that the questionnaire was just the beginning and that prospective agents also went through quite a grilling. In addition to that, you talk about a thorough process.
Hayward hits them both.
You know, back to Hayward, obviously his first NBA contract was subject to the rookie wage scale, but his second contract, 4-year max deal. So whatever the Haywards have done as far as agent vetting, it's paid off.
Here's Ingles. He's guarded by McCollum. Ingles kicks to Exum. And there's the pass to Lyles. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
Assist goes to
Lyles got his first points in this one. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stakes for the Jazz?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Leonard, he's checked in for Davis. Trey Burke's checked in for Utah. Here's Henderson. Portland again missing. Utah leading. Hayward with the ball. He's got 6. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. McCollum dishes to Lillard. To the paint. Pass to Kaman. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Burke kicks to Hayward. 3 seconds left. That's good. Hayward's got the lead. Back up to 2 now for Utah.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's the Jazz. They lead by 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 2-point lead. Starting with Kenny, your take.
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing, so no problem here tonight.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts.
Well, it's as simple as their offense isn't working. The complicated part is figuring out exactly what's wrong. Was it the play calling, the execution? I think they need to dedicate themselves to running the offense more efficiently.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
And here's Utah. The lead is 2.
Portland ended up winning the Northwest Division last season, guys. The rest of the division wasn't at their best, but nevertheless, I think Portland was really happy to walk away with that division title.
We've got Henderson. Plumlee out there with Davis. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Aminu in at the 3 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Ball's knocked loose. Davis, the pass to Plumlee. Lillard dishes to Davis. 4 on the clock. Fires for 3. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And for the Blazers last year, that division win would be their first in the Northwest. They had won divisions before. Kind of surprisingly, not since the Northwest came about in 2004.
Yeah, it's a great point, but doesn't matter how ugly the rest of the division was. A division win is still just that. Portland might have been the only team from the Northwest to make the postseason, but they earned the division title by winning the games they needed.
Plumlee with the screen. Lillard left side to the middle. Here's Davis, and the rejection by Favors. Now Exum feeds it to Hayward. Here's Gobert, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. And the Jazz lead by 6.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Booker, he's checked in now for Utah. "90 seconds now into the second half. Dishes it to Henderson. Back to Lillard. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Lillard's got 6 points. Jazz leading by 4.
And guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands, always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping, and he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
Plumlee's checked in for Davis. And for Lillard, he keeps the ball moving, as Greg is talking about. Clark, he keeps his teammates involved.
Very proficient in the pick and roll, understands the nuances of looking at weak side defenders and getting to the free throw lane for the roll man. He knows all the tricks to make that pick and roll really successful.
And he converts the layup. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Pass to Burks. Favors with the screen. Exum sets a screen for Burks. Out to the right wing. Exum with a wide open look. Releases from the wing and drills it. Exum's got the lead up to 7 now for the Jazz. Kicks it to Aminu. Lillard outside. Inside, Plumlee, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Here's Burks. He feeds it to Booker. He kicks it to Exum. Shot clock at 6. Favors with the screen. Exum with it. Now defended by Vonleh. Exum's shot is off.
And, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
But they'll get another chance. Lillard against Hayward. And Lillard kicks to Plumlee. Lillard outside. The shot from the low post is good. Now it's just a 3-point Jazz lead.
Well, last season the Jazz ended up 3rd in the Northwest, but they had to be happy about that finish after coming in last in 2014. I really thought it was a much better overall season for them last season.
Blazers. Chris Kaman is checked in for Plummer, and McCollum subbed in for Gerald Henderson. Then for the Jazz, Lyles checked in for Favors. Joe Ingles comes in for Burks, and Trey Burke subbed in for Exum. Jazz leading by 3. And for the Jazz in their own division last year, they went 9-7, Greg, against the rest of the Northwest.
Yeah, it's been a while since the Jazz have won the division. They got those back-to-back titles back in 07 and 08. But if they keep improving, Kevin, the way they did a season ago, I got a feeling they'll be back on top soon enough.
Here's Kaman. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Jazz have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Lillard outside. The dish now to Aminu. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
No good from Booker. Trailblazers trail by 3. Collin passes to Lillard. And it's blocked. But he gets it back. Just 5 to shoot. The feed now to Kaman. Another shot. Another miss by Kaman. Jazz leading by 3. Here's Ingles. Goes back up. Burt can't get it to go.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
Well, McCollum has struggled with injury. He's broken a bone in each of the last 3 seasons dating back to college at Lehigh.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, I think he's got a bright future. He had a broken finger last season, and he broke his foot twice in the seasons prior, Kevin, just to embellish the injury situation. But he's got some ability.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and a switch here also for Utah. Gobert's checked in for Booker. Portland was just fantastic at home last season. We expect that, though, of this team, Greg. 32-9. It was packed each game.
And Kevin, of that 32-win mark, how about that was the 4th best in the entire league? You don't win your division without winning at home, and Portland definitely took care of business.
Hayward against Lillard. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Davis is checked in for Portland. And a switcher also for Utah. Hood's checked in. Davis sets a screen. 5 on the clock. Lillard from outside. Hayward grabs the board.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Looking to get back on track here, and Davis sends it back. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Jazz lead by 2. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Portland trailing here. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Burks the off guard with Hayward at the 3. And it's Exum in at the 1 spot. Davis with the bucket.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And, Greg, I've got to admit to you, I did not think they were going to get all the way back. I thought they were done. But they've shown some serious resilience and character to battle this far back.
Out to Hayward. Shoots the three. Here's Favors. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It goes on Ed Davis.
What a game for Favors. He has 8 points and 3 blocks. You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Talking about Derek Favors, his points per game average went up last season, as it has done in each of his 6 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player.
He is, definitely refined his moves down on the blocks, and he's also become much improved at passing out of the double team, averaging a career high in assists last season as well. The arrow is certainly pointing up for Mr. Favors.
Clark, the thing you like about Derek Favors is he keeps adding to his game every year. You forget how young he is, too.
That's exactly right. We need a reminder. This guy came into the league very early, right after a year of college. Seems like he's been around forever.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
I certainly would be feeling good. Fourth quarter, momentum with them, ahead of steam. They've got to be feeling confident now.
Hayward, right side. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots. And that one goes long.
And for Favors and his youth, he has made big strides. And in a few years' time, could be one of the more dominant bigs in our league.
And Plumlee kicks to Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Davis sets a screen. And that one's good by Henderson. Henderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. And guys, with Favors, his development, you forget, sometimes it takes big men a little longer to figure it out. He's certainly been putting it together here the last few seasons.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. The Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening, one-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, "We're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets." Pretty strong words, guys.
Well, last year the Jazz acquired the Stampede from the D-League. It makes sense. They'll have a designated place now to develop, Greg, all their young talent.
And Kevin, it's really a key for the Jazz to have those extra minutes available for all those young talents to get an opportunity to get confidence, but also to learn your system. I think more and more NBA teams will follow this route of buying D-League teams.
check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Favors. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. Henderson, no good. Jazz trail by 3. Now, here's Exum. Hayward, left side. Burks in the corner. To the inside. Favors. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And for Dante Exum, the first point guard chosen in the 2014 draft, number 5 overall, actually, he was taken over 2 other very talented and arguably more proven point guards coming in, those being Marcus Smart and Elfrid Payton.
First one falls for him. And talking about Dante Exum last year, he showed scouts were right when they said he isn't a finished product. He only shot 35% from the field, put up much smaller numbers than other top rookie point guards like, Smart and Payton.
But looking 3 or 4 years out, you may be singing a different tune. And Kevin, I think that's what the projections are when you look at this young man. He has length, there's a smoothness and a feel for the game that's raw, but still elite. That's why many scouts would still today take him over any other point guard in that draft.
Here's Lillard. Takes it off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Guys, this doesn't look like the same team defensively we saw in the first half. I mean, they're flat as day old pop.
Here's Burks. Back to Favors. A shot by Hayward. Wide open. Knocks down the 3-ball. Hayward's got the game tied up here for the Jazz.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Lillard outside. Gobert with the block. Now, here's Burks. He's guarded by Plumlee. Exum kicks to Hayward. To take the lead, Aminu grabs the miss.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Lillard attacking. It's Henderson on the wing. They get it again. Plumlee, no luck. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Hayward on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Again, the miss by Hayward.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Aminu. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Exum kicks to Favors. Another miss by Utah.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Lillard, right side. Down low, 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Gobert. Now, here's Exum. Guarded closer. Gobert the screen. Here's Hayward. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Here's Plumlee. Sinks it.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
All right, I want everyone to give it up for your Blazer dancers.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Burks. Henderson defending. From 10 feet out, here's Exum. Nails it! And he has brought them to within 2 points. A lot is on the line here.
Well, how about the intensity and focus of the crowd here?
So loud in this place. Lillard dishes to Davis. Buries it.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Exum, he's open. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game. Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
Burks. But they get it back. Gobert the pass to Burks. Exum kicks to Favors. He dishes it to Hayward. Offline with his three. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark, in the end, everyone satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Gerald, a win that certainly got to feel good with the way the team just kept grinding away. What is it about this team that enabled you to come away with the win?
We got a lot of fight. We had a little lull there, but we just came together and got sharp on offense and defense and got it done.
Competitive spirit. We love to watch it, Gerald. Thank you, guys.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher. He drove the lane time and time again and got points inside to show for it. An explosive, hard-charging performance. I loved it.
What I like most about Lillard is that you never see him play out of control. He's got a poise that not very many guys have, point guard or otherwise. And there's no question about his scoring ability. Just look at what he did tonight.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.